I appreciate you sharing that, bro. That's dope.
So here's a question. Well, here's something that I want everybody to take into consideration based on what we just talked about. So the big question of was, son, what are you going to be when you grow up? Right? That all parents ask all their children, what do you want to do? What do you want to be when you grow up? Don't ask that question anymore, especially today, 2023 and beyond. Don't ask what do you want to be when you know what your children are good at. And there's so many different things that you can put your children in training at a young age, starting at 16, to be prepared for it. They'll be certified, qualified, and ready to go by the age 20. They can do this in tandem while in college. They can do this with you. As you guys was talking, I was just jotting down a few. One is real estate license. Let me just throw these out here. I want you guys to throw out some if you could think of some. Real estate license. That's something that you and your child can do together. You got an unmotivated son who's kind of doesn't want to do much. Don't say, hey, would you like to go get your real estate license? Say no. Hey, I just signed this up. Me and you together. I'm paying for it. Both of us going to have our real estate license by October. A commercial driving license, trucker's license. Don't ask them, would you like to drive trucks? Oh, you like to drive cars? Okay, good. You're going to get your Class C's. You getting them. You're going to learn how to drive. You're going to understand air brakes and be able to and to drive an 18-wheeler at the age of 18. A drone, commercial drone license. Easy test. Certified in a month. Now, this will require you as a parent to buy a drone. A really good drone, like the ones, $1,000. A decent drone, $400. But it's not a video game, and it's not it's not an iPhone and Instagram. It's, hey man, you're gonna learn how to fly a drone, because essentially out here in Hollywood, helicopter pilots and the cameraman in the helicopter, that business is over with. Now everybody got aerial shots for their movies, but to do it right, you got to have a commercial drone license, unless you're the director themselves flying the drone. If you're going to hire somebody, you got to have a commercial license to fly. Anybody can get it. What does that cost? $75. This is no money, you guys. This is motivating your children. But you know what? We're both going to, because I want to fly too. So I'm going to buy us a drone, and then we're going to go out and get our commercial drone license. How about being a certified photographer or videographer? You taking all them damn selfies with that iPhone 13. How about I get you a DSLR, and I want you to understand what aperture is and what shutter speed is and what ISO is. I want you to understand lenses, but I want you to understand it professionally. So in the event you have to become a wedding photographer, you can do it. Or a videographer, you need to shoot music. How do I know that you might be the next big movie director, but you wouldn't know because I never put a camera in your hand. So go to the local Sammy's Camera in Hollywood. They got classes every week. They got a certified photographer, videographer class that lasts. It's a 45-day course, and I think it's like $150. But these are things that you and your children can do together. Don't ask them what you want to be. Nursing school, paralegal, plumber, HVAC tech, firefighting, EMT, air traffic control. It got a little harder as I went along, but these are things when you're saying, man, my child, I don't know what I want to do, Dad. Don't ask them that question. Say, this is, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just give me 1 year of your life. And I'm going to have you certified in so much stuff, and you're going to have so much experience. And that's one of the things that I did. See, I was in the military, and I've been at college. I've been all over the world. I was a combat medic. I was jumping out of helicopters. I've seen so many things. It guided me to what's best. And now these things are not linear. What I dealt with in Mogadishu and Somalia during Black Hawk Down has nothing to do with podcasting or electronics or fashion design or making movies, but it actually does. The way I learned to deal with people and to deal with contracts and negotiate and to hire people and to run a company, I learned a lot of that stuff with things that seemingly wasn't related. That's going to be the same way. You say, well, why would me and my son go get a drone flying license? Well, maybe you're teaching them how to be better motor skills with their hands, because after that, next thing you know, they are doing fucking nanotech work in AI and having robots walk around. all because he knew how to fly a drone. So there's a lot of things that us parents can do to get your children to get out there and, as it says, develop your children to leave. But you got to lead by example, and sometimes you got to do it with them.
I mean,
Can you guys think of
Add
anything?
to that Series 6, I think it's
All right.
67, financial advisor.
Serious? Yes.
Financial
This is something you
advisor.
can study together, right, humble dad? You can study
Yeah.
that with your children.
Learning stocks and trade. You got roofing. Anything to do with a house. Is always going, like, houses are not going anywhere. Construction. Take you some
there's
class.
a huge demand there.
Yeah.
And
Welding.
We also need to teach our children to be multifaceted. I think one of the things the Black community does is they look down on trades, so everybody pretends that they want their kids to go to college without teaching them that damn trade. That trade is that's what I call a bankable skill, right? I'm a certified firearms instructor. I'm a certified range safety officer. I have a federal firearms license. I can sell firearms, transfer firearms. My kids' piggy bank money that they buy, comes from firearm. Like, you see what I'm saying? From just transferring firearms. People just come to my house and pick it up and fill out the paperwork. They pay me and I just toss it in the piggy bank. You see what I'm like? Literally, you could teach them all of this. I get paid for nothing, just for stuff showing up at my front door. Right. So I find out that it's really bad on people that they think less of these things that we do. So they want their children to do other things without transferring these skills. You look at every other ethnic group that's not really present there. When I see a Black dad that either drives trucks, or does anything, the guy that cuts our grass, for the first time, he's been doing it for 2 years. His son was on the truck. Son looked like he was about 11. Son was on the truck just moving the stuff down. It wasn't helping him do nothing, but just move the stuff down off the truck. That's a bankable skill.
Landscaping for sure.
Exactly. Teaching them how to trim hedges, and that they were just showing them, like, outlining it for them, talking in Spanish. I'm like, look at this. This kid is gonna make money right away. If you don't even have money, you get fired from your job, you can still make money. And I got a request. This is about to be messy. So I went on Cynthia G's one of her posts and said, "Hey, Cynthia G, do you care to have a debate with me about your talking points?" And she responded 5 minutes ago and said, "Who are you?" So I need everybody to go to that post that she made saying, "This Pearly situation got y'all out here looking like clowns." Go to my comment and tell this woman who I am so she can debate me. I got a personal request of the everybody watching. Go to her page and go under that comment and tell her who I am, because I want to have this debate. All right, but I appreciate that.
One thing to also highlight, there's a lot of free certificates online that they're doing. It, like UBX designers, you know what they start at? $90K. You could leave high school.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear what you said.
UBX designer.
UBX.
Coming out of high school, it's about maybe a 6 to 8 week type of certificate. That is the base start, like medium, right? And that goes up to about 150,000. No college degree. So you think about the amount of money you're saving on just room and board, meals, and all that stuff in college versus getting a certificate. And you could get that. And then also you could also work on getting some other things, right? Because the thing about it is, once you have that skill, you could work part-time, spare time, whatever. You control your own schedule. And that is really the goal, is to be able to do whatever you want to do, be located, because you don't have to be in an office. You can be remote. Now, since COVID, that has changed the game. People are remote, relocating to much more affordable areas and cities, right? And working remote and doing things and being able to save and be more frugal, right? One thing that was also brought, this country is in apparel. Like, our infrastructure is falling apart and there's not enough. There's a 55% worker shortage in this country. 55%. Like, you look at the numbers that come in for construction and they're high as hell, because the demand it is so high, and there's not enough. I know plumbers who are making bank. These dudes are probably they're buying houses now in the Hamptons. How much bank they've been making because they've been working through this entire pandemic, and I've never seen people say, "Yeah, I got enough work for the next year and a half."
Forgot about I don't know if y'all heard of a Scrum Master. Scrum Master is like a project manager, especially if you're in IT. It's really kind of like putting things together, kind of being the liaison between the person that created the item, so to speak, and then the workers. It's called Scrum Master. A lot of people don't know about that, but I have my certification, and it's not that hard to get. Really, I mean, you have to pay, but it's not that hard to get. So, so you have that out there. And most of those jobs are pretty remote. And then I've totally forgot about this one. Being an appraiser. The reason why that would be dope for our community is because there is a situation where in our communities that the value of the house is down, and I witnessed, and I had that happen to me firsthand. And I live in a suburban area. My house was priced probably $20,000 less than like what the medium comp was in the area. I don't really like to proclaim things about race, but when I see the facts, then I have to just go with what the data is showing. So being an appraiser is a really good opportunity as well, because you get to set your own price, and especially now, like it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you have to. They appraisers are on back order basically, So there's another one.
I'm Humble Dad. So I just looked it up. I never heard of a Scrum Master. Scrum Master, 15 hours. 15 hours certified Scrum Master CSM course that anybody can take. Imagine you took it. It's about $257-$300 to take the course. If
depending
you did it with your children,
course, yeah, depending on who you use, yeah.
Right. Average Scrum Master salary in the United States is $99,492. That's those who take it serious. Now, Humble Dad is a Scrum Master himself, but he's also a doctor. So, but if Humble Dad said, forget everything I'm doing, all my doctor degree, everything else that I'm got my teaching, I'm gonna concentrate on Scrum Mastering because that's what I'm certified to do. He can look at on average $99,492 a year. And this is something that would take roughly 15 hours. So let's just give it 2 weeks to complete. And now this is what I'm telling you that your 18-year-old son can do if you tell him that you and him is going to do it together. Before you turn 19, you will be a certified Scrum Master. And whether you ever do anything with it or not is on you, son. But before you leave here, you will be a certified one. And just taking that knowledge and learning and studying and you guys at the dinner table going back and forth over the questions. And, when you wake up in the morning and you get ready to head to work, you ask him a question and that's coming up on the practice test. And he asks you a question that's on the practice test. And you guys finally get ready to take the test. I don't know how Scrum Masters are taking the test to get certified or whatever. You guys ace the test and now you get your certification. He may say, I'm never going to even touch this, but at least he's certified. That's the point that we're making here.
They were questioning that you spell it.
SCRUM, Scrum Master. It derives from a term like with rugby, where when they get together, that's called a scrum. So you're coming together to bring up ideas and be able to pick the ones that are best suited to be productive for the team. So
all right, it's great talk, man. I think one of the things to take away too that we often forget is that once you put these kids out there, your responsibility becomes those kids. So you got to make sure you see it all the way through. And sometimes some kids may require a little bit longer. And Shan gonna make sure he keep them in the house. Shan, make sure you keep them in the house, man. It's good talk. We got one super chat that came through. Generation Love, $20 super sticker. Just want to say thank you for that. We know we started late, man. It was a short show tonight, but I want to make sure we got something out there for you guys. So we appreciate your patience. Our apologies on the late start. Good information though. It's short. I think some people will play this back tomorrow at work. I mean, or maybe on the road tonight, and then find some use in it. Any final thoughts anybody want to give before we head out? Going on.
I just hope everybody just took notes.
So you hope everybody took notes.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I hope people took notes, because I thought there was a lot of valuable gems dropped this evening, and hopefully people come back to re-listen to the podcast and the conversations because, I'm sure there's somebody out there that could apply a lot of the things that we put out.
There you go. It's a good.
And I forgot about insurance agent, life insurance.
Yeah, life insurance.
Ah, damn! I forgot to hit that.
For sure. That you got quite a few things. Project manager, get your PMP. Your more blacks in tech. Doing more coding. Front end, back end, all that type of stuff. That's quick. I mean, that training doesn't take long at all. A couple months max. And you can make after your first gig, you can make 6 figures easy. So that's something that's a real push right now because they always need more people doing that. You were talking about the Series 6, Series 7, all that type of stuff. Anything dealing with financial money, like you said, life insurance, all that kind of stuff is huge. And then people don't talk about trading stocks, trading forex. That's a big thing too. Learning how to read the markets. I mean that's a life skill that you need to know.
Yeah.
That people how to generate money by using money.
Yeah,
and
imagine be Madden, and it was Humble Dad that even brought that up earlier about the trade. Imagine if you told your son, "Hey man, here's $100. Turn this into 2."
Right, flip that. You're right.
Listen, I want you to go invest penny stocks. Crypto, go learn how to day trade, sit in the computer. Maybe you got to buy them a monitor that's big enough. Maybe you got to buy the double monitor, that they can plug up and sit up and have all their charts up and say, go to YouTube and sit there don't watch music videos. Don't look at a Chris Brown music video. Go learn how to trade. And I'm going to give you $250. I want you to turn it into $500 by next Saturday. That's the kind of parenting we're talking about.
And, I forgot to say this I don't know why I forgot, but somebody said healthcare administration. I'm a healthcare administration master prepared. I would say, yeah, but go this route first. So for those men who don't like anything technology, you're not really moving toward that area, or you don't like the math involved, you don't like anything like that, look into nursing. And I'm serious about that. I want you to know exactly where they need men and they will treat you like a king. If you don't mind working with women, which is cringeworthy, but they will put you in charge. When I say anything I've ever done, they put you in charge of the women. In fact, the women want you to be in charge because they can't stand being in charge of themselves. Okay, so that you want to go straight to the top of a field. And nursing isn't really nursing, like bedside nursing. Men actually don't do much of that. You can do behavioral. And you can go straight into administration, right? They need people who have the temperament for that. That is what nursing is always lacking, unfortunately, because it's so female dominated. They will get the administrative job and just get stressed out and leave. That's why those jobs are always vacant. That's why the men who take those jobs tend to stay ages longer, 200% longer than the women do. So if you're a man who just likes to work with people, let's say you were like me, who was a corpsman in the Navy, you're naturally inclined to do health stuff and you want to take that to the next level, look into nursing. It's not just for girls. In fact, it's strategically, when the way the job is done, there's so many ways you can do that job, you'd be amazed to find out. So I push that one.